Was this a shock?
I would say so. Yeah, yeah. I've been doing this sport for 7 years now, and I think probably at least once a year this story rolls around that Hamilton's off to Ferrari, and it's always around the time that he's negotiating a contract for Mercedes. And this morning I woke up and there were these reports coming out of Italy, and pay slightly more attention when it comes out of Italy because they have very good contacts within Ferrari. And yeah, we got a steer pretty early on over here that it was, in fact, true. And I think I've been basically still in shock since I found out about 8 a.m. this morning.
He joined Mercedes in 2013. He's had enormous success up until really that day in Abu Dhabi, and he hasn't won a race since. And Max Verstappen won the World Championship, and last year was a bit of a disaster. So in one way, you could say if you were looking at the general sport, an underperforming team, he's looking for a move, he's looking to get out. But the connection he's had with Mercedes is far, far greater than that. So what has happened? What has brought this about that he's finally made this decision?
Yeah, you're right. As the day has gone on, I've become less and less shocked because, as you say, he's had a terrible 2 years. So he's been with Mercedes, the works team, for 11 years. He won his first championship in 2008 with McLaren. That was powered by Mercedes. He always goes on about how he's basically been with Mercedes since he was 13. He's incredibly loyal. But as you mentioned, 2021, that was the last time he won a race in Saudi Arabia. And then obviously, as everyone knows, a week later, he was denied an 8th World Championship by human error. And he hasn't won a race since. It's been 2 years in the doldrums, and the team have had a bit of a personnel shuffle. They came with this pretty radical car design at the start of 22. It was pretty clear early on that it wasn't going to work. And then for some reason in 23, they arrived at the first race with exactly the same car. And would you know it, the car doesn't work still, and reshuffle. Then at the end of last year, it looked like possibly they were making progress. And then Brazil, which was, right at the end, only a couple of races to go, it was probably their worst race of those 2 years. And as it stands, Hamilton's never looked further away from that 8th World Championship. And so having spent the day thinking about it, it kind of does make sense. Like you say, you look at it at the broader picture. If you were a footballer, the best footballer on the planet at a football team that was once great, and then you're looking to go elsewhere. So I do, having spent the day thinking about it, think it is the right move for him.